Algebra students. This week you're going to be reviewing and assessing Chapter 2. So I'm going to go over each of the problems from the review, and then you're going to, at the end of the week, by the end of the week, you're going to take your Chapter 2 assessment. Very important that you follow this video, that you can do all these problems. You may very well see them show up on the assessment. So, like I said, make sure you're following along. Make sure you're filling in these problems as we're going. You can always write it down on a separate sheet of paper and whatnot, but it is very important that you remember that. Follow along with this video so that when you take the assessment, you can use the review. It's open review. So, all right, so I'm going to jump right into it. Number 1. Translate the following sentence into an equation. Twice a number, m, minus 3 equals the sum of m and 5. So here's my equal sign. The sum of m and 5 is going to be on one side, and twice a number, m minus 3, is going to be on the left side. So what we need to see is which one of these shows twice 2m minus 3 equals m plus 5. 2m minus 3 equals 5m. 2m minus 3 equals m plus 5. Pretty simple. I'll do this in the same color. Translate the following equation into a verbal sentence. X plus 5 equals 2 times quantity 7 plus x. F, the quotient of x and 5. Well, there's no quotient, so it's not going to be F. The number x plus 5 is, that's our equals, so far good, so good, 2 times the sum of 7 and x. That's it right there. We don't have to go any further. That's perfect. All right, let's go on to the next page. So this one, I'm going to kind of do all the work in different colors. So number 3, we got number 3. Y minus 18 equals negative 3. So we're going to get the y by itself, so that means we're going to add 18 to both sides. So we get y equals 18 minus 3 is how I like to do it, or negative 3 plus 18, but it's the same thing. 18 minus 3 is 15. So we got y equals 15, which would be D. Let's go number 4. 5n equals 35. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide both sides by 5. And we get n equals 35 divided by 5 is 7. Which is G. Number 5. Solve 3/5 x equals 15. So 3/5 x equals 15. So we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, 3/5. So we're going to multiply by 5 over 3 to both sides. They cancel out top and bottom over here. So I get x equals, well, I like to do this 15 divided by 3, which is 5, and then multiply by the top number. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. And then 5 times 5 is 25. But you could have done 15 times 5, which is 75, and then divided by 3, which is 25 as well. Either way. All right, moving on. Number 6. So I'll write number 6 here. We got 2t plus 1 equals 3. So I'm going to subtract 1 to both sides. So I get 2t equals 3 minus 1 is 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2. And I get t equals 1. So that would be F. And you guys can just circle your answers when you're done. Show your work, and then go back and circle your answers. All right, number 7. A number is added to 9. The result is then multiplied by 4 to give the new result of 120. What is the number? So we're going to set up our equation, and we're going to say 4 times, so this is number 7. 4 times a number plus 9, so n plus 9, is equal to 120. And so you could distribute the 4 both times and then solve it, but I noticed that 120 is divisible by 4, so I'm going to divide both sides by 4. The 4's cancel out, and I get n plus 9 equals 120 divided by 4, which is, did I do this right? 30. Subtract 9 to both sides. N equals 21. So 21 is our answer. Go with red. Number 9. Number 9 we have, oh, did I do number 8? Nope. Got to do number 8 first. So number 8, we have evaluate the absolute value of 2b minus 5 plus 1 equals, or if b equals 1. So I'm going to plug in 1 for b. I'm going to plug in 1 for b. So I got the absolute value of 2 times 1 minus 5, close absolute value, plus 1. And so I get the absolute value, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 minus 5, plus 1. 2 minus 5 is negative 3 inside the absolute value, plus 1. Absolute value of negative 3 is positive 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. So my answer is 4. Now we'll do number 9. Number 9, solve the absolute value of c minus 5 equals 7. So if you remember, absolute value equals 7. I didn't put the equal. So I have to set up my 2 different cases. So what's inside the absolute value could equal positive 7. C minus 5 equals positive 7. Or what's inside can equal negative 7. C minus 5 equals negative 7. So then I add 5, I get C equals 7 plus 5 is 12. And I get, add 5 to both sides, C equals negative 2. So my answer is C equals negative 2 or 12. Which is D. And number 10, we got which ratio forms a proportion with 7 over 14? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce 7 over 14. I know that 7 and 14 can both be divided by 7. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 14 divided by 7 is 2. So I'm looking for a fraction that can be reduced to 1/2. So if I go over here, 4/9, well, 4 is half of 8, so that one's not going to work. 5/12, nope. It would have to be 6/12. 2/5, it would have to be 2/4, so no. 3/6, well, both are divisible by 3, and I get 1/2, so my answer is J, 3/6. All right, so moving on, we have a proportion. Solve the proportion. All right, so 11. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cross multiply. 42 times 2 is 84 equals 7 times x is 7x. And then I divide both sides by 7, and I get x equals 84 divided by 7 is 12. 12. All right. So number 12, I'm going to rewrite it. 3t minus 6 equals t minus 2. So I'm going to subtract my t to the left side, get the t's together, and I get 2t minus 6 equals negative 2. All right. Add 6 to both sides. 2t equals 4. Divide by 2, divide by 2, and you get t equals 2. T equals 2. Let's do number 13. 4, so this is 13. 4 times t plus 1 equals 6t minus 1. So this one, I'm going to have to distribute the 4. So 4t plus 4 equals 6t minus 1. And I'm going to do this next step in one step. I'm going to subtract 4t to both sides. So if I'm going to move my t's to the right, I'm going to move this negative 1 to the left. So I'm going to add 1. 4 t's cancel out. The negative 1 and 1 cancel out. 4 plus 1 is 5 equals 6t minus 4t is 2t. And then I divide by 2, and I get t equals 5/2, but they want it as a mixed number. So the mixed number, 2 goes into 5 2 times. There's 1 left over, so 2 1/2, which is A. All right, number 14. I got 5 times g minus 2 plus g equals 6 times g minus 4. So I'm going to distribute the 5. I get 5g minus 10 plus g equals 6g minus, I'm distributing the 6, minus 24. So on the left, I get 6g minus 10 equals 6g minus 24. But if you notice something, if I would end up subtracting 6g from both sides. And what happens? 6g minus 6g, it cancels out, it's 0. 6g minus 6g cancels out, it's 0. So I'm left with negative 10 equals negative 24. That is not possible. That is no solution. No solution, which is this 0 with a line through it. So another way to say that is 0. There's no solution. It's a circle with a line through it. No solution. All right, number 15. We're going to solve ax plus minus 5 equals b. And we're going to solve it for a. So that means I want to get a by itself. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides. You get ax equals b plus 5. Divide by, we're solving for a, so we're going to move the x. So divide by x, and you get a equals b plus c over x, where x cannot equal 0. And they didn't care about that part. So it is c, b plus 5 over x. So 16, this is one of our percent of changes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find what is the increase. So to do that, we're going to take the new, which is 12 minus 10. So 12 minus 10 equals 2. That was what I increased by. So to solve the proportion, to solve the percent of change, we set up the proportion. You do the increase or decrease, which in this case is 2, over the original price, which was 10, equals my rate over 100. And that just enables me to get it as a percentage. So I cross multiply, I get 200 equals 10R. Divide both sides by 10. And you get R equals 20%. So R equals 20%. And that's my answer. Number 17. A baseball costs $4. If the sales tax is 5%, what is the total price? Well, remember we did this. Sales tax, that's you're paying above what it is. So normally we'd be paying 100%, and then we add the sales tax, so that would be we're paying 105%. So all I need to do is multiply 4 times 105%, which is 4 times 1.05, which equals 4.2. But since it's money, it's $4.20. So that one was a pretty quick one. Number 18, though. How many liters of pure acid must be added to 3 liters of 50% acid to obtain a solution of 75% acid? So we're going to let x equal the number of liters added. So we're going to say x plus what our original solution is, 3 liters times 50% acid, so 0.5, equals quantity. We're going to have x, whatever we're adding, plus the 3 liters that we already have, times our percentage that we want is 75%, so 0.75. And so now we have an equation and we're going to solve it. So x plus 3 times 0.5 is 1.5 equals 0.75x. I'm going to distribute this 0.75 plus 3 times 0.75 is 2.25. So I'm going to subtract 0.75x to both sides. And I'm going to subtract 1.5 to both sides. 0.75x cancels, 1.5's cancel, so I get 0.25x equals 2.25 minus 1.5 is 0.75. Divide by 0.25. And I get x equals 3. So 3 liters, which is J. And we're almost done. Just 2 more problems, and then you guys are on your own. You guys are, make sure you're doing these problems. Yeah, it's going to show up again. A little heads up. It's going to show up. Joe and Jana leave home at the same time, traveling in opposite directions. Joe drives 45 miles per hour. Jana drives 40 miles per hour. In how many hours will they be 510 miles apart? So remember, this is, here's their home. One's driving 45 miles per hour, and the other is driving 40. So as time goes, their distance away from each other is going to be added. So what we have is 45 times t, which is our hours, plus 40 times t has to equal 510. So then 45 plus 40 is 85t equals 510. Divide both sides by 85. And you get t equals 6. All right, t equals 6 hours. T equals 6 hours. All right, last problem. Temperature, all right, in the Death Valley, California, the highest ground temperature recorded was 94 degrees Celsius. This used the formula C equals 5/9 parentheses F minus 32 to find the degrees in Fahrenheit to the nearest degree. So what I'm going to do is 94 degrees Celsius, that's my C, so I get 94 equals 5/9 times F minus 32. And from there, I'm going to solve for F. So I'm going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 9/5 first. These 5s cancel on the right side with the 9s. And then 94 times 9/5 is 169.2 equals, what's left over on my right side is F minus 32. So then I'm going to add 32 to both sides. F equals 169.2 plus 32 is 201.2 degrees Fahrenheit, which is F here. Choice F. So there you have it, you guys. That is your review. It's going to show up again. A little surprise for you. Your assessment looks exactly like this. So if you follow along with the review, you'll be fine. Any questions, reach out, guys. Have a good day.